Hello netizens and welcome. In this video, we are going to talk about the PvP tier list for Season 19 Part 2 based on the roles in Castle Siege and Argawar. With no further ado, let's start. We're gonna talk about the MG or Mage Gladiator. His only role is as a healer, and as a healer, is not really effective in Argawar or in Castle Siege. One of the main reasons is he lacks defense, range, and damage. That's why I'm gonna put him at B tier. Next, we're going to talk about the Dark Wizard. The Dark Wizard got two roles, support and healer. As a support, he got the most important buff in the game. It's the Soul Barrier. The Soul Barrier can absorb 90% of the damage. That's why he was so important. So every character that got his buff will withstand most of the damage. Next, as a healer. As a healer, the Dark Wizard can still be a true menace. One of the reasons is because of his teleport skill. His teleports will allow him to deal damage while in mid-air, while him not getting hit. That's why he can be a very scary character to go against with. With all that, I'm gonna put him at S tier. Next, we're going to talk about the Gun Crusher. The Gun Crusher role is healer, and as a healer, he's not really that effective, same as the MG. Even though he got a very interesting skills, he still got some potential. That's why I'm going to put him at E tier. Next will be let's just check. Next is the Rage Fighter. The Rage Fighter is a double-edged sword in Castle Siege. The main reason is his skills can go up to 10 and can kill unsuspecting enemies or allies. With his lack of animation, it's pretty hard to tell if he's already casting a skill. That's why I'm gonna put him at the A tier. Next will be the White Wizard. The White Wizard is almost identical as a Dark Wizard, but the Dark Wizard is still much more superior with the White Wizard. One of the main reasons is the White Wizard teleport is not allowing him to deal damage while in midair. That's why he's really very vulnerable to attacks. That's why I'm gonna put him at the top A tier, but he can still be an S tier. Next will be the Elf. The Elf got two roles. One is support, which is known as EE or Energy Elf, and a healer, or most known as NAE. As an Energy Elf, his buff can increase damage, defense, elemental damage, and even stats. But the Elf buff is not necessary for this event, but it's still good to have. Next is a healer. As a healer, Elf can still be very good, depending on how can you use your shadow step that's allow her to move from safety or even go next to the enemy to deal damage. That's why I'm gonna put her at S tier, just below the Dark Wizard. Next will be the Lemuria. The Lemuria is not that very good at PvP. Even though he got a buff the same as Elf, she got a weaker version. That's why it's not really that effective. With all that, I'm gonna put her at B tier. Next will be the Rune Mage. The Rune Mage is not really worth of talking about because she's Wilgamila straight as D tier. Next will be the Illusion Knight, or known as IK. IK is a very interesting character as well, but he still failed to rise from the top even though he got a skill kind of PvP oriented. I'm gonna put her just below the white wizard. Next will be the Slayer. The Slayer only role is a hitter, and as a hitter, she's pretty good. As a PvP character, it felt like she is made for it. One of the main reason is because of her. She got movement skill that allows her to get close with the enemy, and partnered with her inertia that will going to deal an incredible amount of damage at close range. But her skills is full of bugs, like the bot block skill that once you put any points in her skill enhance, the bot block debug will go into not activate on PvP. That's why I'm gonna put her on top of the A tier, just between S and A. Next will be the Summoner. Summoner can deal incredible amount of damage. She got range. That's why I'm gonna put her in S tier. Next will be the Grow Lancer. The Grow Lancer got two roles, tanks and heater. A tank BGL is very effective because one of the main reason is she got a skill that burns AG. If you're not familiar with it, once your AG goes to 0, it won't allow you to use any of your root skills. That's why you'll be not effective in Castle Siege or even in Arca War. Next will be the GL as a hitter. As a hitter, she's very good. She deals incredible amount of damage as well, and with her rework, he gains range in AoE. That's why I'm gonna put her here at the S tier, just below the Dark Wizard. Maybe just gonna put her like that because this is simply because on how important the Dark Wizard's soul barrier is. Next will be the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight got 3 roles. That will be buffer, hitter, and tank. As a buffer, Dark Knight EBK, his buff as well is one of the important skill as well in PvP because it will going to increase your base HP.
That can make you much squishier.
Let's talk about the tank BK. The tank BK is very good as well because you can equip him with shield so he can withstand more damage. Next is a hitter. As a hitter, Dark Knight is still pretty good. The main reason is he got damage and he got AoE in range now. And with his combo, he's still devastating. That's why I'm gonna put Dark Knight over the Summoner, just on how good he can be and how versatile he can. Next we're the Dark Lord. The Dark Lord is the main highlight of this season. The Dark Lord got the heaps of buff, defense, and absorb in this season. So the Dark Lord got 2 roles, the tank and a hitter. Let's talk about the hitter Dark Lord. The hitter Dark Lord is very good because with his Spirit Blast he gained AoE, but it still can go up to range 7. But his Winslow is still very terrifying because of its range. Next, Tank Roll. The Tank Roll is the ideal build for the Dark Lord. One of the main reasons is he got more absorb, defense, so he can take more damage from any kind of character. That's why it's ideal to seal or hold switch in Castle Siege. With that, I'm gonna put him in an S tier, just below the Summoner. With that, my PvP tier list is all done. Thank you for watching. Bye.